until I was 16.
You shouldn't start by introducing.
Oh yes, I don't know your first name.
Christine.
Christine, okay.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Remind me, you have to do this. Okay, now we're talking to Christine Beuchler, that's how I pronounce it, Beuchler. And Christine lives on East Cherry Street in Palmyra. She's going to tell us about that a little bit later. But you said you came to Palmyra in 1953, from where you had been born, which was near the gap.
Not really, no. It was, when my husband came home, well, we weren't married before he went, but when he came home, his parents lived up at Oddwood. You don't know where that is. That's towards Pine Grove.
Okay.
And we got married, and we lived in Lebanon a little while, and then my brother got me this place, and he got a job, and we had no conveniences until we moved here.
Now, when you moved to Palmyra, did you move to an apartment, or did you move to the house that you now live? The same house that you live in today?
Right.
If you lived in. Oh, that's great. Okay. It's interesting. Why did you choose Palmyra?
Because my husband worked there.
Okay.
And just before that, my sister's son got the school bus, and he was waiting for the bus to come home, and they were throwing baseballs back and forth. And one passed him, and he went and got it, and before he got back, the boy threw the other baseball and hit him on the temple, and he only lived 3 hours after that.
Oh, no.
So I was determined that my daughter would not go out to 72 to get a school bus.
Oh,
so we moved up here because he worked at Deckard's.
At Deckard's, okay. Because Deckard's was one of the businesses that Palmyra had been known for through the years.
Yeah.
In fact, it's still in business today, right? Don't they still have a Deckard's?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
still, I don't know who runs it now. I mean, he doesn't live anymore. But
And Mr. Joe Deckard was the owner and proprietor of that. And your husband was in the machine building business?
Machine
that's
shop.
great. That's great. And when you moved to Palmyra, you moved to East Cherry Street.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell us about what happened at East Cherry Street from when you moved here in 1953 up till now. Well, there was a big thing that happened there.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't paved road at all.
Okay.
It was just ground road there. And of course, we had a big sinkhole in the middle of the street that went from curb to curb. That was before ours.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and of course, gradually it got paved. And so.
Once it was paved, there was a time where the sinkhole got bigger then, right? Wasn't that behind your house?
Not in front of the house.
Oh, in front of the house.
Several times that has opened up.
Oh, okay. But didn't they have to actually move your house at one time?
That was in the yard. That was under the house.
Oh my goodness. The sinkhole was under the house.
Under the house.
So then you actually had to move the house.
I had pictures and things. Yeah,
Okay.
we had to move it.
Well, maybe we'll get to see those pictures on film.
And
as well.
we tried to find places, but well, till you pay for every line you move. And we thought we had a place, but we had to have a brick house, and we didn't have a brick house. So we had watched this man move a house up on 4th Street, either the year before or something. And we contacted him, and they were very good, not a lot of noise, very quiet, but they moved it over and moved it back.
Now, did a lot of people come to see it?
Yeah, there were people there.
It was a pretty big thing in Palmyra to have this house moved.
Yeah.
I remember hearing about it. I wasn't there, but you had a lot of people there to see
they
it.
came and stood along the side there and watched it.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So you went from having a dirt road, and a few minutes ago you were saying what happens today near your house.
That's paved all the way down through there now, and it's almost like a racetrack for some people, I think, because they really shoot down through there. And,
so a lot of changes have taken place on that corner in the past 50 plus 60 years, really. Okay, very good. Well now, okay, so you moved to Palmyra. What do you think was the most significant thing that your family, whether it's what was the most significant advantage that Palmyra gave to your family through the years?
Well, probably for living in the country all my life, having all these things close like that was a big change.
Yeah. You ended up with a shopping center about 3 blocks away too, didn't you?
That. Boy, my place is like a lit up city right now. I mean, your bedroom is, you can't open things too much. Or,
lots of light.
yes.
Yeah. But you had convenience though. I mean, you could walk to the grocery store and so forth, right?
Well, years ago I used to go across there, but not now.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't trust to cross that street.
A busy intersection.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very. And yet there's some woman who moved in one of the townhouses, I guess. And years ago there was one that a few times a day she would go over there to the shopping center. Now this woman starts to. Every now and then she goes over there. I don't see how she does it, but it's not me.
Well, there are traffic lights there. You can get across.
I know, but
But so the conveniences of living in a community was an advantage to your family as they were growing up. That's great.
yes, because I said we had no. The only thing we had was electric where we lived before, and so that was a big change.
Yeah, that's great. Did you and your family get involved in community activities through the years?
I would say so.
What kinds of activities were there that you
Well, I helped with Girl Scouts. I helped with brownies.
Okay, very significant to other families, you know,
Yeah.
whose children were in the Girl Scouts and Brownies, right?
Yeah, I meet a lot who say hello to me, and I have no idea who they are because they knew me, and but there were too many too.
When was that? Was that in the 60s that you were involved with Girl Scouts and Brownies? When your daughter was in that?
Yeah, it could have been.
So do you remember in 1960 when we had the bicentennial in Palmyra?
Yeah, I remember that.
Did your Girl Scout troop march in that? Do you remember?
I don't think I was in them anymore at that time.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, because I show a video, and in the video we show the pictures of the parade, and there are Girl Scouts in the parade,
Yeah.
and I thought, well, maybe you were in that.
Probably not.
But you were involved in Girl Scouting. That's wonderful. That's great. Because then that would be one of the contributions that you gave back to Palmyra.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else? Any other activities? Were you active in a church?
Yeah, I'm active in the church, and I was active in the Lebanon County Extension.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Did you have to go down to Lebanon for the activities, or were there extension activities in Palmyra as well?
They had some here, but I mean most of them went down there and met there.
Were you a 4-H leader? Did you get
Yes.
involved in? Great. What did you do with your 4-H group in Palmyra?
Different things, mostly sewing.
Mostly sewing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, great. And did they go to different, what is that, competitions or whatever?
Yeah,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Went
How many
down
years
to-
did you do that?
I don't know how many. But,
Lovely.
I know I have one girl in town here who won. She made a cake, and she won down at Plymouth meetings. But so she was always tickled with
Well,
that.
I bet. And you should be very proud that she came from your group and then went on to become a great sewer and winner of competitions. That's fantastic. That's great. So there are many contributions it seems like you've given to Palmyra through your activities.
I guess.
Yes, it sounds like it. That's great. You were at home though. Your husband was built machines, but you were at home
I
most
stayed
of your
home.
life.
Yeah.
And that's why you were able to do some of this volunteering and
Mhm.
scouting and 4-H and so forth. Excellent. Are you glad you moved to Palmyra
Yes.
and you
Mm-hmm.
raised your child here? You have more than one child?
Yeah, I have two.
Oh, you have
I
two.
have a boy.
Did he
a
stay
son.
in Palmyra?
He's in Lancaster.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hear on tape who your daughter's husband is. Okay.
Ann Carpenter and her husband is Fred Carpenter.
Who recently
Is the mayor.
he became the mayor, right? So you're somewhat of a celebrity these days.
Really?
Yeah, the mayor's mother-in-law. Yes, she gets to be a celebrity.
And really takes me around now, and the car gave out the other day, so he took me around there, so.
And he's being helpful to you, that's
Yeah.
great. Because I know he's semi-retired.
Yeah.
He can do some of those things, yeah.
Yeah.
What else, if anything, do you want to let us know about the history of Palmyra as you lived it? In the time that, since 1953 to now, what do you think of when you think of the growth in Palmyra?
I think a lot of the school, because at first you had to take them up to the school, uptown to school. My neighbor took Ann along most of the time, but then they built the one in the back there, which was a lot closer.
Ford Street,
Yeah,
right?
so that was a big change,
Yes, that's right.
and so
But the school was significant in raising your family.
yeah.
Do you think they gave your children a good education?
I think so. I mean,
Excellent.
and a lot of that depends on them too.
That's
I
right.
mean, children. So
Right, exactly, you know. But you have to instill in your children the values of, you know, what do I say, valuing education, I guess.
right. Mm-hmm.
So, that's great.
So,
Anything else you want to tell us while you're on tape?
not that I know of.
Well, thank you for bringing your pictures, because we'll take some pictures and maybe Steve can use those to show
Okay.
that significant.
I have pictures, and then I have some of the articles too.
Okay.
So, I mean, okay.
Great. He can get those out later, and he's very good at clipping things in.
Mhm.
So that's great. Thank you for coming.
Okay.
It was nice to meet you after all these years.
Right.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Charlotte. How are
Hi.
you?